to be honest with you, at this point, I want to up my game. My goal is to, just before I shut my Etsy shop down, and I shut it down where I was in the top 10% out of 1.9 million sellers. So, I mean, I was winning when I shut it down, but it was time to shut it down. But my last sale was to a man who's battling stage 4 cancer. And
do you think that's an odd time in your life to collect art?
You know, maybe, and I don't really know exactly.
I'm not making a judgment. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I had stage 4 cancer, like buying a painting would be high on my list.
Well, I wanted to cure him with that painting. That was my goal, to like save his life with that painting. You know, I believe, like firmly 100%, that God called me to be a painter. And there was a time I was at Marywood. I was doing an icon painting retreat. It was the first or second day, and we would be there all day, like, 8 hours. And so we would have lunch together. And I'm on the way to the cafeteria. I'm talking to this dude a priest named Father Rock, who was a priest in Sparta. And we're walking down the hallway to the cafeteria, and there was paintings that Peter, who was leading the retreat, had brought samples of his work. And I see this painting of Mary cradling Jesus, and he's dead in his grave, linens. And I see this painting, and it was like this big camera shutter opens up just for a second, and I got hit. Like, I just started weeping, like, immediately. It wasn't like gradual. It was immediately, almost like getting that black eye in a different way.
Sure.
I almost fell because my knees went weak, and Father Rock kind of gave me space, and I pulled myself together. I sat my butt down in a little enclosed garden, and I was like, what in the fuck just happened to me? What was that? And I didn't hear a voice, but I feel like God's been answering that. That became a reference point, and it was, Rick, this isn't about you making decoration. This is about you making the wardrobe and the line in which the wardrobe. You're making the wardrobe. You're making the ring in the Tolkien. This is a mystic portal. So when people take my painting into their home, it's the Trojan horse. And in the middle of the night, the soldiers come out. It's not just a decoration. This is to save your life. And for me to take it to that level, it's going to take everything I've got. So that's why I stopped doing music. That's why I got rid of the lion's share of my work, because it was like, okay, we've got 400 girls in here. Which ones are the supermodels? I'm sorry. My best friend right now is Wilson. It's a basketball. Today I shot 36% out of 100. 36 baskets, swishes, not the backboard. And I love Wilson because Wilson doesn't mess around. It doesn't like, I'm going to go in to make you feel good. It's either in or out.
Right.
And that's what I want in my life right now.
Where do you play basketball, right?
In the basketball court in Hartside Park, which is just 5-minute walk from my apartment.
All right.
And I just shoot free throws. That's all I do.
Last question.
Yeah.
About your art, and I'll move on about the art you destroyed.
Oh my gosh!
Why not just lock that in a storage bin and decide later? Like, that's such a Again, maybe the answer is the same, but I guess my question is, the only option for you was to destroy it. So you didn't think about like, well, what if I just locked it away and never looked at it?
Yeah, I thought of it. Another way of thinking it out besides Noah's Ark is Cortez. The story of Cortez, the ship. They land on the shore, and then he puts a torch to the ship, and all the sailors are watching it burn. And they realize, oh my God, it's just going forward from here. There's no going back.
This Full Exposure podcast episode has been made possible through the support of Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, and Dr. Peter Hahn, who believe that creativity and the arts are essential to a rich, healthy, and fulfilling life.